Hey guys, coldbrew here. Welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. The Sun Wukong day is here. Everybody today has unlocked him, as long as you have been signing in every day since they've officially launched him. So what are we gonna do with this champion? He's gonna be an attack-based hero that will be amazing for you, especially for PvP situations. But this video, there's so many videos out there already. I haven't posted mine yet, but there's so many videos out there showing his max potential and all that good stuff. But people have been forgetting on how difficult it is for players to get legendary books, and B, to actually use a champion as much for all content once you've invested those books. So is he justified to be spending all your legendary books? I would say for the 90% of players out there, you should not book him out when you get started with Sun Wukong, because his utility comes from his skills. He is also a damage dealer. He still provides what he should be providing, right? Without the books. If you look at his skills, especially the A2, which is the sheep skill, he still does the ignore defense. He still does the sheep. It's just a little bit longer cooldown and 30% less damage. I know 30% sounds a lot, but the books are not easy to get. So my showcase today will be like that. I will be using Sun Wukong unbooked, but with masteries, which are easier to acquire. About 3 or 4 days of farming the Minotaur, you can actually pick up all the masteries for any champion out there. So A3 also is not affected by the books. It does boost his damage a little bit, and the cooldown is also reduced to 3 turns. So it does not affect the ability to not only remove buffs, but also place the block buffs. The A1 is the only one that gets affected a little bit, but it's still quite okay chance to stun, because it's 25% chance to stun, and the chance increases to 50% if the target has any buffs. So this is only good if you really want him to be that control champion that everybody's looking for, where you will have a very high chance to also stun an enemy champion who has some buffs but not the block debuff buff. So passive is not affected at all. It's the revive passive. So let's get going. Okay, let me show you how I've built him. So remember the daily sign-in gear that we all were given with Sun Wukong was perception gear. So the build that I wanted to show for the average player out there is something along the lines of acquiring sets through the clan boss, which is the cruel sets. Those are more easily accessible to everybody. It's just that the quality will be more difficult. The 6 stars legendaries, of course, will be more difficult, but it's not like I have lower quality on my account. So I do with what I can. And then perception. You could go double perception and then 1 cruel set, and then slowly work your way up with a savage set. It is that kind of path that you need to be taking for any damage dealer out there. All right, and the overall stat that you should be aiming is around 180 speed or so. I went within 196, and then of course 100% crit, and going for about 250 crit damage is fine, and then as much damage as possible, while also trying to maintain some accuracy. Accuracy is only required, guys, if you want to utilize all of his control, which is the buff removal, which is the sheep, and which is also the stun on his A1. If you don't care about those at all, you can drop his accuracy to the bare minimum. But I would say the perception sets are really going to help you get that accuracy required for the majority of the content, both PvE and PvP, since it's not that usual that you will find high resistances, again, for the average player out there. All right, and in terms of attack, that is beneficial to your damage dealer, but again, I understand on how difficult it is to get all of these stats and also get high attack. So I didn't go crazy with attack. It's just that when you have an attack ring, okay, when you have an attack banner, and then attack percent on the chest piece, that attack number can go really high, and especially if you have some attack boots as well, that becomes even crazier. But for this case, I had speed boots just to not go overboard with the numbers. I do not have any books invested on Sun Wukong because he needs 4, 8, and then another 3 here. So he needs 11 books. On the more cheaper side, I would say, in terms of the book requirement, but again, he does not need them, so it will be the showcase. Masteries, I've explained again on how it's much easier to get those. So I went with Helm Smasher. This is the standard, I would say, damage dealer page that you'll be looking for. I did not specifically go for Shield Breaker because this is Unlikely that it will affect you a lot, but if you're looking at enemies with the Forge Pass set that gives you the bolster set that gives you the big shield, so enemies a lot with the bolster set, the shield breaker will be nice because you won't be able to remove those shields. But I did not go for this one and went instead with Heart of Glory. So where will you be using him? Well, Arena is the main area where you want to be using him, and I wonder if we will have the speed with this team that I'll be showcasing. Okay, this is like a standard team that you might have available, or a team that you'll be looking to create. Okay, a defense down champion, which is Madame Ceres, your damage dealer, a speed booster to go alongside your main speed booster, which will be Arbiter. So Arbiter is the fastest one, and then it's Apothecary, then Madame Ceres, that's the turn order, and then finally your damage dealer. And it all depends on how much speed you can go up to. If you don't have Arbiter, of course it might be a different speed booster, and then you can use Sun Wukong's Aura, which is the 28% arena battles boost. Okay, let's go into the fight and see how he performs. And remember, the defense down will be huge for him because he'll be able to amplify his damage even more so with just the increased attack buff. So there we go, another speed boosting there. We remove the shields, and that's why I said I wouldn't really go for that shield breaker mastery if you're running this sort of setup. So here we could either go with the big AoE to see the numbers, haven't tested him yet, and then or you go single target if it's something like a really tanky team. So let's go with the AoE. Let's see some numbers without the books, without crazy savage cruel combos and all that. So we might get a Helm Smasher proc, but I think it's gonna kill everybody. We will have the negative affinities against us. That's why, again, I don't really consider the book investment on him that crucial unless you know you won't be facing a lot of magic enemies. Okay, so let's see. Okay, some good crits, but we did have the weak hit there, which basically stopped us from killing the reviver, and then everybody's out again. So what I want to do here is trying to damage them a little bit. Let's see the damage with the A2 maybe. Yeah, another weak hit. Fantastic. That's already proving on how difficult it's going to be for many players out there to use this guy because of the weak hits. I think he's going to be more so utilized against those UDK defenses more than anything. Because, yeah, look at this. We're just getting wrecked by the magic enemies. And that's not what you want to be seeing. But look at that. There's the revive coming in because of the 3 turns. I kind of forgot about it, but it was like a happy surprise. Let's try and go for a kill there. Look at that. Nice attack there. Kind of like that revive. It's gonna be so annoying, especially if you run a team with, let's say, relentless sets, or you have heroes that get multiple turns. Come on, do some damage. Doesn't do much damage, honestly, even with the increased attack. Doesn't do much damage from what I'm seeing. His multiplier, his AoE is a 3.5, I believe. Let me check again. It's a 3.8 multiplier on the AoE, and his A2 is a 5 multiplier. So it's gonna be way more difficult to get those big numbers out of this guy if you compare him to other main damage dealers. Okay, boom, another revive. Let's go in and take them out. All right, so this wasn't that great. I want to see his utility coming in maybe against this team. Okay, there's the UDK, will be good affinity, but remember, you can still get resisted on the sheep here. So controlling the UDK with this one will still be an issue if you get resisted. That's why the accuracy is so crucial. It's not like he's like a Harima. Okay, Harima is different than this guy. I'll just explain it for just 1 second on how different she is in terms of her provoke skill. As an example, this debuff cannot be blocked or resisted if the target is from the demon spawn faction. So it's the same concept except for the resist part for Wukong. So he cannot be blocked, but he can be resisted. So have that in mind. That's why accuracy is so needed on him. And as a damage dealer that needs accuracy, he falls off behind many other champions. So have that in mind, that you might just need him as kind of a support, and then use another damage dealer alongside Wukong. So let's go against this team. This is a very, very annoying team with UDK. You will be finding lots of UDKs as you go. And if you have a way to deal with UDK, that's going to be Sun Wukong. So here, we'll be doing the same thing. But first of all, I can either try the burst just to stop them. And then I'll use the A to sheep the UDK at the end. So I'll probably try the burst first. I kill everybody. That UDK was not tanky at all. Maybe we'll find a tankier one here, like a huge tanky team. They probably cannot kill us. So this will be interesting. And they were faster than me, but I am speed tuned. But not faster than them, but I am speed tuned. So even at lower speeds, I was still able to complete my full combo. So if you never was aware of what this is, speed tuning an arena team, go and check out my well, not my last video, but my previous videos to get the idea. And you know, big burst there. And let's say I couldn't handle Vogoth there, we would go for the A2, but I got provoked. Can't even do that. He'll kill him with the default attack. I'm betting. Oh no, okay. Let's see if I can get an attack in with the A2. I still haven't seen the A2 as part of his kit. Let's find. Okay, is this one? This one could be an annoying team. Probably gonna die with this one because of Valkyrie. Because I'll boost and then Valkyrie will steal Terminator. Yeah, this will not end well. After this, yeah, my Madame series lost so much here. So what I can do is the A3. Look at the block buffs. How beautiful was that against? Oh my god, against the Leorios. How beautiful was that? All right, let's see. Decrease defense, decrease attack. That's what you want to see. Big burst. Yeah, let's try and remove some buffs here. And then yeah, there's no. I wonder if the A2 on Leorius will work, because we will not kill him. He'll proc his passive, or he might have procced it already. Yeah, I think he procced it already. So just do the A1. Yeah, he procced it already on the block buffs. So that was cool. And then I'll just go with the A2 on Arbiter, just to controller and finish that team off. I thought this team would have been way faster than what they were, because my Arbiter is like 300 speed, which is very low. But there was the reset today. Let's see the A2. Look at that. Look at the excess damage there also. Yeah, I'm liking him. Remember, no books at all. I'm liking him, but not against magic. Like, this team would be a nightmare for Sun Wukong. But I'm trying to see more tanky teams. Look at this one. This is kind of a nightmare as well. Oh, look at that stone skin. Okay, let's see. Can we do our thing here? What I want to do is just remove that increased attack from Leorios at least. Look at that. We even removed stone skin there. Then we go with the block buffs. Fantastic. Even with this, I mean, the decreased defense you need, but it's very unlikely you'll be running this in live arena, high-end live arena. You'll be running this combo. No chance. Like a Madame series with this guy, no chance. You don't see the decreased defense a lot. So let's have a look against this team. And this time around, I won't have the defense down, but what I will have is, I'll probably add another damage dealer in there. Rhonda is a nice one to consider. So she's a pure damage dealer with a more well, better kind of debuff, because this cannot be resisted. So you don't really build Rhonda with any accuracy comparing it to this guy. So that's where you're gonna be getting your damage, and this guy will be mostly for utility, and that stealing of the buffs, removing the buffs, will be huge. So let's go in there and have a look at this fight instead. This is like a very nasty team to consider, but here we do the, oh yeah, I forgot my Ronda is really high in terms of damage. So she did kill the bomb champion there. This guy will revive, so what I would do is probably do the AoE here just to clear them out, but let's just assume this guy was much tankier. Probably go with the A2 there. Then look at the extra burst that your A2 does on the enemies. A2, and if that didn't kill UDK, he would have been controlled. This team looks way tankier, so on the tanky teams, you can go with the Madame Serious just to get through. But these teams will be buffing all the time. Pythion will be also cleansing the defense downs. Yeah, I think the double damage dealer combo would be much better here. So let's see. So here, I do this. I would probably try to kill the Duchess. Like so. Look at that. Unkillable. Here, I'm gonna sheep intentionally attack Stealthos with the A2. That won't do any damage on him because of the stone skin. But it will sheep him and stop him from basically doing any damage. But look at the Terminator now. Look at that. It's 100% because sheep does not change the Terminator on the target. But usually sheep is 2 turns. So that's why it's kind of not considered as really, it doesn't matter if you have the Terminator because it's 2 turns of control. He looks like he's slow though anyway, although he did have maximum Terminator. He's back. All the buffs are lost because the sheep is almost like a different target. So 2 turns have passed. When Ronda takes her turn, my Wukong should be back. So once she finishes, my Wukong should be back. There he is. There's my boy. My boy. All right. Kind of low there on the Arbiter. I'm gonna kill that Stealthos. Barely did any damage on the Stealthos. Boosting there, maybe. I'll drop Stealthos because that would have been such an annoying thing to deal with. Boosting. Let's see. No ally attacks there from Ronda. So kind of in trouble. Couldn't even kill her. Amazing. Can Ronda do enough damage here? Yes. Okay. He'll do his big AoE, but he doesn't have an increased defense at the moment. Oh, come on, Ronda. Take him out. Take him out. Almost. Almost. The weak hits there kind of rocked me. And then what I want now is the A2. There we go. We can sheep or kill. Look at that. We killed actually. Because we didn't really need. We didn't really care if we couldn't kill the target there. And then Ronda goes in there to clear it off. So the damage difference there, look at that. 150k and 210,000 on Sun Wukong. I'm gonna say Sun Wukong is dealing nice damage, but he's AoE. So that's why there's so much difference. And I wonder what he can do in terms of Nightmare. Can he clear this? I doubt it. 12-6, I doubt it. With the gear that I had on him, maybe with lifesteal. But he'll probably be able to do like the AoE. Does some nice damage here. Maybe if I had him a little bit faster, this would have been different. So here the A2 would do the big burst and then it will share surplus damage. So I'll go on this guy. There's a surplus damage of about 65,000. But the longer cooldowns don't really help us. But if we had the shorter cooldowns and the more damage on the A3, this would have been a 1-turn cooldown. This would have been a 2-turn. He would do the A1. And then I would have the big A3 now. But the cooldown reduction, I think you need there. Kind of think you need it there. So here, A3. Then let's do the burst. And boom, come on, don't die. He died, but I still think he can clear with a lifesteal set with damage. I think he'll be able to push on Nightmare, although Nightmare is not so much of a problem anymore. The campaign is not so much of a problem anymore. So overall, Sun Wukong, I think he is good, but the problem is that you need the accuracy in him so much that you'll be sacrificing a lot, especially the higher you go and the more requirement you see of having more and more accuracy, like 300, 350, then he'll drop in terms of every other stat that he'll be trying to focus for. Okay. Here I was showcasing him with just a cruel set, just a perception, and no books at all. So his damage has even more and more potential. But this is the standard build that most of the players out there should be aiming for, and definitely not booking him immediately, okay? Because as I've mentioned before, you should be booking your champions in different ways, and your damage dealers are kind of left last. If you need the legendary books for champions that enable you to do more clan boss, higher clan boss, then do that instead. That is the way to go. This was the video, guys, by the way. Thank you all for watching. Pretty simple showcase of my boy Wukong. Thank you all. Subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you in the next one. See ya.